And the reason for doing that is because you want to quickly remove doubts from your viewer's mind at this stage. You just want them to be saying yes subliminally. Yes, this is my problem. Yes, there's a solution that exists. Yes, I want it. Yes, I think it might work. Yes, she's credible.
Today, I'm very excited to be joined by Salma Jafri. If you don't know who Salma is, she is a video strategist and YouTube coach who specializes in helping other coaches, consultants, and online entrepreneurs grow their income with YouTube. She's the founder of the YouTube Entrepreneur Society, a membership that helps creators grow their business. Again, the YouTube Entrepreneur Society. Salma, welcome back to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, and thank you so much for having me, Mike. And you said that right. It is the YouTube Entrepreneur Society.
It's just a tongue twister, and I messed it up at the beginning. So today, Salma and I are going to explore how to script YouTube videos designed to sell. Now, I am very excited about exploring this, but it has been a little while since you've been on the show, 5 years. So why don't you bring us up to speed on what you've been doing over the last 5 years that's led you to this moment?
Yeah, a lot, right? I hope everyone's been doing a lot. But for me, really, when I was on your show last, I was talking a lot about how to build your brand on YouTube. And one of the things that has happened since then is that I actually built a brand that allowed me to move to Portugal. And it was a full circle moment for me because I was talking the theory of all of this stuff back in, 2019, 2020, 2021, through the pandemic and all of that. And I was like figuring out how to make YouTube work for me, how to convert it into a business, how to have a business strategy behind all of the work that I was doing. And so I put all of my strategies and theories in action for my own channel, and I used YouTube to move to Portugal on a passive income visa. So my goal was to have a location independent lifestyle. My goal was to build a global audience. My goal was to create multiple revenue streams that aren't tied to a specific location. And I really wanted to be the example of using YouTube to build that kind of business and to build a lifestyle around that. So that's kind of what I've been up to in the last 5 years. And I would say that the pivotal moment for me, and which is something that now I teach as well, is that I made the shift from thinking about YouTube as a creator only to thinking about YouTube as an entrepreneur. And mostly it was a mindset shift to start off with, but then it also embodied practical strategies, business strategies that went along with it, some of which we're going to talk about today, of course. But I think that really for me, the most important aspect of this entire thing was to make that shift from looking at YouTube as a visibility engine. So I wanted to make sure that I use it as a platform that puts me in front of my ideal audience. I wanted to use YouTube as a credibility accelerator. So I wanted to make sure that I'm building trust and credibility really fast with my YouTube channel. And then I also really wanted to use it as my profitability system. So I wanted to make sales from my YouTube channel without being spammy or without converting it into an ad, based content. And I also really wanted to not be, all the time selling, but I wanted to have a more natural approach to selling. I wanted what I was teaching to transition into sales. And I wanted that process to be really seamless, really organic, really natural. And that because that's just what I like as well. I like to be sold in a way that doesn't make it awkward, doesn't make it too salesy, but is a natural evolutionary process. So that's what I've been working on the last 5 years.
Excellent. Okay, so let's talk about this question because a lot of people can resonate with your story. The idea that maybe they've been using YouTube to create content just to draw an audience to them, but now all of a sudden they need to figure out how to convert that audience into a customer, right? Or there's plenty of marketers that are really very keen on how to apply this as well. So why is the scripting of the YouTube video and the structure of it so important when it comes to selling on YouTube? Said another way, when this is done well, what is the upside?
Great question. So think about it from the perspective that if YouTube is your business engine, then your script is your sales system, and it can generate sales for you once the video is created, so passively as well, right? So because you're building trust with every video and you are putting together a strategy that is organic, so sales are not pushy. You're not, in your face. You're not, breathing down people's neck to buy, but you're making a strategic sequence. You're building a script and you're building a strategic sequence that builds trust. It's demonstrating value and it naturally leads to a buying decision. So the difference between a video that gets views and a video that makes sales are psychological triggers built into your script. So without those psychological triggers, you might get a lot of views, but you might not be able to convert viewers into buyers.
I love this. And for my social marketers that are listening that are very familiar with Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and LinkedIn and X and all these other platforms, the one distinctive thing that Salma said here is evergreen automatically. I mean, I'm paraphrasing what she said, but these videos, when done well, can continue to serve you indefinitely. And that's the big advantage here, because for those of us that make videos like constantly, and the idea is we understand the shelf life on a lot of these videos is days. With YouTube, the shelf life can be years. And that means you can put a lot more strategy and a lot more thought into the way you craft your videos. And as a result, if they're done well, the algorithm will continue to find you an audience. Do you want to just comment on that a little bit?
It will. I mean, I am getting sales, views, leads, income from videos that I have done 8+ years ago. So it really is evergreen. And the funny thing is, a lot of times when you first release educational, edutainment content, it may not do extremely well right off the gate, right? And what I like to say is that your videos are never going to depreciate, they're only going to appreciate. So as they sit there, gather those views and that watch time, they're only going to get more attention. It's never going to be less attention, right? So it is really evergreen. It is really passive. And videos that I've made, more than 5 years ago, 7 years ago, are still working for me. So it really is a great way to put intention and strategy up front and do the work up front and then let that happen in the back end.
We have a lot of marketers listening, and metrics matter to marketers. So when it comes to YouTube videos, what are the metrics that we ought to be paying attention to?
So, this was one of the big mindset shifts that I had to make, right? So everyone wants the bragging rights. They want the 100K subscribers. They want the views. They want, the likes and all of that. And yes, to a degree, that is great. It's great for your ego. It's great for showing, social proof and all of that. It is really great for that. However, what I found was that because the algorithm is constantly shifting, if you do create a valuable video, clients and sales and customers and income is still going to come in from that. So I have actually shifted the metrics from views to visibility. So it's not just about amassing a lot of views, but it's really about getting visible to my ideal audience. And I think that's a crucial shift that you have to make when you think about vanity metrics versus success metrics. And some other success metrics that I monitor and that I look at is, one of them is revenue per video. So a lot of people want to monetize their channel. I think about every video being a sales mechanism, right? Every video can bring in the right audience. Every video can bring in sales. So instead of trying to monetize your channel, think about making sales from every single video. And the funny thing is that, you don't have to sell in every video, but every video could be a sales strategy for you, could be part of your sales strategy.
Okay. Just to clarify, first of all, I love the idea that revenue per video, like if you can track leads and customers to a very specific video, you don't need to have a lot of people watching it. You just need to have the right people watching it, right?
Exactly.
And if a sale for you is $1,000 or $10,000 and you get 10 sales out of it, but you only have a couple hundred views, well, who cares, right? I mean, like in the end, it's achieved the objective. Now, you said exposure to your audience is another metric. Explain how that's quantifiable, just for people that are trying to like wrap their head around it. Because I think I heard you say it's less about the views, it's more about the exposure to your audience. How might they quantify that?
Right. So one of the best ways is rich comments. So when you're looking at your, feedback from your videos, I love to look at rich comments. So comments that go beyond great video, excellent information, whatever, like one liners. I look at deep, like people write paragraphs when they're invested.
Mm.
So that is one great metric. The other one is returning subscribers.
Okay.
So you want to have, binge watching behavior going on. So you want to create an ecosystem where somebody watches one video, then maybe they're going to watch another 3 videos that are related. And YouTube measures that by returning subscribers. So how many people are coming back to binge your channel? So those are some great metrics to start off with.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's get into the goods. Let's get into the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about the scripting and structuring of the video. I just made that into one word that doesn't, which is weird there. But so where do we begin? What's the first part of the process of scripting?
Yeah. So there are a lot of scripting templates out there. Every YouTube creator probably has a formula or a structure. Some people don't even like scripting. Some people are allergic to, like, I don't want to script, right? But what I find is that as long as you know what structure you want to follow, as long as you have a defined structure, then you can riff off and, just be in the moment and do a lot of creative things inside the video. So what I want to do today in this interview, and also in general with business strategy on YouTube, is that hone in on a structure that works for you. So I have a 4-part scripting structure that is designed for conversions. So whether you want to make sales, you want to generate leads, you can use this sales scripting structure. And the 4 parts are very simple. You start off with a hook.
Well, by the way, let's not reveal all the other parts yet. So we're gonna get into all the other parts. Everybody's like, no, I want to hear them all now. But we're gonna start with the first part, the hook. So let's dive in on that if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. So when I say 4 parts, the first part is probably the only part that I would ask you to spend the most amount of time on. Right. It is probably the shortest part. So the hook is 30 seconds max. Like you actually want to keep it under 30 seconds. So 20 seconds would be ideal, but 30 seconds max, right? Mm-hmm. And in that 30 seconds, there's a lot that you're going to do. And this is going to be very intentional and very strategic.
Just real quick, explain why this is so important for everybody, because they may not understand before we get into the how.
Yeah. Okay. So the first reason it's so important is 30 seconds is when YouTube counts a view. So one view is when somebody's actually watched your video for 30 seconds. So you actually want people to watch. The other thing is that a lot of people are now buyers versus later buyers. So for the now buyers, you want to give a lot of information up front that's going to help them make decisions fast. I know a lot of people who are quick decision makers, and they just want the good stuff right up front. So you want to cater to those people. But for the detail-oriented people, you still want to have the rest of the structure happening as well. So those are 2 important reasons why.
Okay. And another thought on this, just from my own experience, because we also have a pretty good sized YouTube channel, is the algorithm seems to reward the retention of the first 30 seconds. The higher you can get that retention graph, the more likely they're going to show that video to more people. Have you found that to be true as well?
It absolutely is true. And I have like 30-second hook formulas that we use that are designed to measure retention at 30 seconds, because the YouTube analytics dashboard gives you a percentage of people watching at 30 seconds. And that's a great metric to see if your hook formula, like the one that we're going to talk about today, is actually working. And when you implement this, you are literally going to see your retention go up. So my yes members inside the YouTube Entrepreneur Society use these structures, and they literally report back to me and say, I used the hook formula and my retention has gone up, and they're measuring it at the 30-second mark. So it's absolutely a great,
So let's kind of break it apart. What do we need to know about the hook?
So it's really interesting. A lot of, people have different variations of this, but the one that I like to use to make conversion-based content. So in the hook, you want to have 4 things, and it sounds like a lot, but it's really simple. The 4 things you want to have are PSPP: problem, solution, proof, and promise. And like I said, it sounds like, oh my God, I'm going to be talking for way more than 30 seconds, right? But it's really simple. And I'll just read out a really quick version of this from one of my videos. So you want to start off with the problem. So in one of my videos, I was talking about my YouTube planner, and I started off the video with the problem. I said, last year, I only created 7 videos in the entire year. And so this year, I wanted to change that. 1 sentence, 1 problem, done. Okay, now solution. So in the last 3 months, I've been working on a system to organize and streamline my YouTube workflow so that I can get more productive and be more consistent. Solution done. Okay. Proof. Now, ideally, you want to have your product or your thing tested out by somebody. And if you don't have any testers, you want to actually send it out to a few beta testers, perhaps, and have it. So in this case, I sent my YouTube planner out to my Yes members and I had them work on it and I had them give me feedback on it. So what I said in the proof part of my video is I shared my planner with my Yes members and they loved it. And while I'm saying this, I show a bunch of testimonials on screen. Proof done. Because people want to see that others have used it and it works. And they're not going to be the first ones to do it, right? And then the last bit is promise. So today I'll walk you through my YouTube planner and how to use it.
Okay.
Simple, 30 seconds.
So the
done.
promise of what you're going to fulfill in the video, right? Is that what I'm
Because you
hearing
have to
you
give
say?
them a reason to keep watching.
Right. Okay. So, okay. Well, I want to break this down, but first of all, I want to summarize what I'm hearing you say. Okay. First of all, there's 4 parts to this: the problem, the solution, the proof, and the promise. In the problem, you said last year I only recorded X number of videos, 7,
Yeah.
I think, and I want to change that, right? So you were conveying here that a problem that hopefully others can relate to, right?
Exactly.
I want to do more with my YouTube videos, but for whatever reason, I can't. Talk to me a little bit about why you chose that problem and how important it is to choose the right problem.
Okay. So the reason that I particularly chose that problem is because I was procrastinating a lot. And that was because there was nothing on my calendar to push me. You know, I was creating videos on a whim, and this is when I was in a bit of a slump with my YouTube channel. I had other things going on. I was focusing on the membership. A lot of other things were happening. I was in the middle of a move, a cross country move across oceans. And so
Did you
there's a
expand on that problem later in the video, or did you just know that there might be others facing that problem and that's why you chose
Yeah,
it?
it's just one sentence because there are other videos that talk about it in more detail. So in this particular video, the focus is just like talk about the problem, move on to the solution, and the whole idea of the hook is to give the value up front in 20 to 30 seconds. So you
Got it.
do not want to harp on this. You do not want to go into a lot of detail at this point. You can do it later in the video and explain your decisions as you go along.
But you strategically chose to start with that problem because you probably hypothesized others were facing that problem, right? Because the point is that you need to choose a problem that will relate to your target audience. Is that
Oh
correct?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So the whole reason for doing it this way is because you want to create immediate relatability.
Mm-hmm.
You want to build curiosity. Okay, all right. Well, I how does she solve this? And I have the same problem as well. You want to add in that social proof. Oh, okay, there's a solution that exists. And what you're really doing in the first 30 seconds is you're taking people from being problem aware to solution aware. So now they know the problem exists, they can relate to it, and now they know that a solution exists for it as well, all within 30 seconds.
I also like the fact that you did not reveal exactly what the solution was, but that you just solved the problem. And I think that's really important. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, you want to hint at the solution because the rest of the video is then going to dive deeper into how you solved it, why you solved it, and how you went about doing it. But in that 30 seconds, you want to make sure that people are like, "Yep, this is me. I want to know more. Let's go."
Okay, so in this case, I'm assuming this is a product that also you're selling. Is that correct? Or is it
Correct.
not? So what parts do you reveal for free and what parts do you like help people understand like systematically, like, right? Because so far I get it. Like if I was selling, let's just say I was selling the AI Business Society, right? I would say like something along the lines of like, there's so much information out there, I don't know where to turn when it comes to AI, right? That would be the problem that I know my audience would face. The solution is I decided to gather some of the world's leading experts together and solve that problem, and here's what some of the people say that are part of this. And by the time you're done with this video, that's where like, how do I make that into something interesting when I'm actually selling? Do you understand? That's got to be the problem that are in people's brains, right?
Yeah. Well, I get it. What I like to do is I like to give them the DIY version on camera,
Ah,
right? And then sell a convenience based solution.
I
And
see.
I find that a lot of people, even though they could do it themselves, but somebody's done it, They've proven it works. It's a system. We can grab it right now. It's convenient and
Ah,
fast and it works. So you can spend hours doing it by yourself, but you can also just buy the thing and get it done. So you're
okay.
catering to both markets.
Okay, that's fascinating. Okay, so we're getting all this done in 20 to 30 seconds,
Yeah, I
right?
know. It's really
So
fast.
so here's the problem. Here's the solution without revealing completely what it was.
Yeah.
Here's how I know it works, because here's some stuff I'm flying up on the screen. And in today's video, that's the part that people are going to struggle with a little bit. In today's video, I'm going to show you how, or I'm going to show you how it works. I would
Yeah. Today
imagine.
I'll walk you through my XYZ product and how to
Got it.
use it.
Okay.
Right, really simple.
All right. So, any mistakes that people typically make when they're following this methodology? Are they spending too much time on the solution section? Do you understand where I'm going with this? Like, do you have any tips?
Yeah, I think the number one mistake people make is that they ramble a lot on this section
Yeah.
and they don't keep it tight. And they lose the viewer's interest at this point because they're like, oh well, shouldn't I talk about myself, or give the background of how it came to be? And there's a lot of what if and should I do this and should I do that? And I have just found that sure, you could test it out and you can experiment and all of that, but the day you start trying to actually use this system, you'll see that you're getting more retention and you're keeping people engaged. So
Okay.
it's up to
Back
you.
to the problem thing, because that's the very first thing that comes out of your mouth on the video. There's so many problems depending on which ones you choose. Like in my case, with the AI Business Society, I solve the I don't know where to turn. I also solve the I want people that I can talk to. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of little problems that any product solves for.
That's a good problem to have because each of those problems are dedicated videos.
That's what I was going to ask. So I was going to ask, how do you know which one to focus on? What you're saying is try each of them as a separate video. Is that really what I'm hearing you say?
So I have a rule with my Yes members, and it's one video, one problem. So you do not want to put and the way that we work on this is that whatever the title of your video is, if the problem does not actually match with the title, if there's no congruity there, then that should be a separate video. So for example, if I'm making a video on how to make sales with your YouTube script, right? I don't want to include in anything about, YouTube monetization in there, or I don't want to talk about SEO in there. No, it has to be sales and script. That's it. That's all I'm going to talk about in the video. Anything else will veer off topic. So one problem, one video. That's the
Okay.
you
So
want to go with.
we're into part one of a 4-part process called the hook. Let's go to the second part of your process. What comes next?
So this is really interesting. The second part is establish credibility. So you've done your hook and now you want to establish credibility. And what you want to do here is you want to answer the question that is in your viewer's mind right now, the two questions, why you and why now?
Mm.
So they're thinking, why you? Why should they listen to you? Who are you? Who the hell are you to be talking about this topic? They may not know you yet. They may have just discovered this video, based on the fact that the problem is their problem as well. And why now? What's the urgency? Why should they watch this right now? Right? So you want to answer this. And again, you want to take 10 seconds
Oh,
to establish credibility here. You don't want to go into here's my bio and this is what I've been doing for the last 10 years. No, no, no. You want to really, really quickly establish credibility. And the reason for doing that is because you want to quickly remove doubts from your viewer's mind at this stage. You just want them to be saying yes subliminally. Yes, this is my problem. Yes, there's a solution that exists. Yes, I want it. Yes, I think it might work. Yes, she's credible. That you just want that going on in their minds at this point. So what do you actually do? What do you actually say in this, right? One of the ways that I like doing this is being authentic, transparent with why I am solving this problem and also giving them perceived value. So I'll read out my actual script here, which I said in this specific video. I said, I've had Notion for 2 years, but I never understood its power. This is my authentic admission. I'm being a little vulnerable. I've literally had it for 2 years before I created the YouTube planner in it. And I was like, I just didn't really know how to use it, but it's an incredible tool to organize your life. If you're familiar with Notion, you can follow along and build this yourself. But if you'd like my complete system, you can get the YouTube planner from the link down in the description. So you've added in a soft CTA here, a call to action. You've told the now buyers where to go to get it. If they're like all pumped and they already know you and love you, they can just quickly go down in the description and get it. But you're also continuing the video for those who want to see a little bit more, right? And you're also being, this is the non salesy part, right? You're being authentic. You're explaining why you created it, how it solved a real need, and you're actually building your credibility more by that vulnerable admission, by that transparency. So, for example, one of my Yes members is in the health and wellness space, and they were creating something called the supplement optimization guide. When they were talking about, you know, they were trying to talk to people who thought that supplements were just expensive vitamins. And so they said something like, I also thought that supplements were expensive vitamins until I learned about bioavailability and timing. And I can double the effectiveness of my supplements when I know when to take them. So if you're already familiar with supplement timing, create your own schedule. But if you want my system, it's in the link in the description.
Okay, this is fascinating because this isn't what I expected. So when you say the second phase is establish credibility, instantly what's going through my head is like Harvard MBA or professional speaker or successful entrepreneur. But really what you're saying is establish credibility by relating to them by saying like, I've been studying this for the last 2 years and I figured out a secret, that kind of thing, right? Or I've suffered from this problem for a very long time and I finally figured out how to solve it. So it's a little bit more of establishing almost relatability, would you say?
That too, but you can also bring in qualifications here. You can bring in experience here. So if you are somebody who has a degree, let's say,
Yeah.
you can say that in my 13 years of composing music, I have learned that these are the techniques to get
Okay.
composing jobs.
Yeah.
If you work with clients, you can say, after working with 600 clients, I know what works on YouTube.
Oh, I like
Um,
that.
yeah, so you can make this your own in any way, right? You can add in credibility. I actually have a quiz which is like 4 kinds of experts. So you could be a expert who has credentials, you could be an expert that has experience, you could be an expert that has results, so people just starting out and experimenting.
Yeah.
And you could be an expert that has recognition, so maybe you've published a book or you have peer support.
Notoriety. Yeah. Okay,
You could
cool.
bring all of those things in.
Got it. But the key thing here is to do it in 10 seconds, right? That's the key. Where everybody gets it wrong is like they're just going to talk about themselves and like you can't talk about yourself. It sounds like you almost have to make a little story out of it, right? So that's what I'm hearing you say. So I could say as my in my 26 plus years as an entrepreneur, I figured out a system to blah 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 or whatever, right?
That's
Like
it. That's
right?
it. And now you've answered the question, why you and why now, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, why you? Oh, he has 26 years of experience.
Yeah.
Okay, why now? Because he's got this thing that he's developed that's in the description. So I can just go check it out right now.
Yeah.
So you've answered the 2 sales barriers. Like
Love
you've
it.
overcome them.
Okay. So first part of this process is the hook. Second part of this is establishing the credibility. Now I want to come back to, you said why you and why now. So I totally get the why you, right? Why me? Why should they listen to me? Totally understand that. The why now, how is the why now part? Is the why now part resolved here or not? Because that's the part I maybe have a little confusion on.
Yeah. So the why now part is you can do this by yourself. You can spend time figuring this out, but I've done the work. I've created this product. I
Okay.
already have done the research. So for example, when I made my YouTube planner, I spent 3 to 4 months building it from scratch, learning Notion, figuring out how to make databases. I did the work. And because I know how YouTube works, it is custom made for YouTube entrepreneurs. So I have done the work. You can make it yourself. Notion is free. The advice on this video is free. You can absolutely DIY this. But now, if you want it right now, immediately, you want to get on track, you want a streamlined workflow, you want to get going with your channel, you want to plan out your next 90 days, get it now.
Yep. Okay. And this is important for those that are listening that are not entrepreneurs that work for a company and they're in the marketing department. Maybe they're not selling information, which is what we're talking about here, right? Like, here's the way you can do it yourself, or you can buy my system. Some of these things are going to have to be adapted, right? So if you're like working for a marketing company that sells maybe a better mousetrap, for lack of better words, right? You're not going to show them how to make the better mousetrap. You're probably going to have to figure out some other angle here, but it doesn't mean the formula doesn't work. It just means that this particular style of like giving them the DIY thing may not be exactly applicable to every business. Is that fair to say?
I think you can tweak it a little bit. And instead of giving them DIY, you can actually give them just the why.
Ah,
So
okay. I
you
like
can
that.
tell them the end benefit. So this is what you'll get at the end,
I
right?
see.
So maybe you'll be able to invest in stocks better, or, sell more houses as a realtor better, or whatever
Yeah.
that,
Have less mice in
niche
your
is.
house.
Yeah.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. I like that a lot. So, okay, that's important. So, what you're saying is, look, you can go the do-it-yourself route, which is the educational route, which is where we're going right now, or you could just focus on the why side of it, right? Which is like you've been struggling to solve for this on your own, and you could continue to struggle, or I could explain to you why the way you've done things probably is not going to work anymore, and here's a better
Yeah.
way, right?
Yeah. Well, I read an interesting stat about 3% of the people who are get into your world are now buyers, and 90%, 97% are later buyers.
Oh,
So it's kind of, it's based in psychology that some people are going to be willing to take action. Some people are just fast action takers. They're early adopters. They
mm-hmm.
want it now. They're ready. So you're kind of catering to them. And it's also not very salesy, because you're still going to give the education. You're still going to show the video. You're still going to talk about the product. You're still going to, dive deep into the benefits and all of that. You're still doing all of that. But for the people who want it now, who don't want to wait, you're giving them an option. And it's a soft call to action as well. If you'd like it right now, grab it from the link below. And I always do this little gesture to kind of go with that. So they know that they have to just look down and get it from the YouTube description.
Well, and let's be intellectually honest, folks that have been listening to this podcast for a long time. This is a do it yourself podcast. We are teaching people how to do things. And some people say, I want to just hire consultant X. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And those are the people that want it now and don't want to do it themselves. Right. So that helps some people maybe frame, because almost everybody that's on this show is either a agency or a consultant or sells some sort of training. And that's for the people that want it now. But the most of the people are not that audience, and maybe someday will be that audience. So that's a fascinating framework to help me process. Okay, so we're into the first 30 to 40 seconds of the video. we've got the
Literally,
hook.
yeah.
We've got the hook, and we've talked about credibility. Okay, so now what's next, and how big a part of the video is this next part?
So now is the biggest part of the video, and it's also the easiest part of the video in terms of, now you don't have to follow a very strict structure here at this stage, right?
Okay.
So now the part 3 of the video is the body, in which you're going to demonstrate value.
Okay.
Right. So demonstrating value is basically, for me, what it looks like for digital products is screen sharing. So
Okay.
you're literally sharing what is the system, or what is the product, how does it work. And I like to highlight maybe just a few features and talk about the benefits of those features.
Okay.
So I'll just literally open up my the product on my screen, start screen sharing, and I'll start to show how it is in actual real life use. So I'm taking the product out of a this intangible thing and putting it in front
You're
of the
actually
viewer.
revealing what the product is at this
I'm
point.
actually revealing what the product is. I'm walking you through it. I'm doing a product walkthrough of it. And you can do this with physical products. So let's say I'm doing a camera review. I'll open the box. I'll press all the buttons, show you what works, what doesn't, how it works, how it looks, how it feels, all of that. So now you're getting into, your personality. You can do it exactly however you wanted to do it, right? This is the part where you have full creative freedom. You talk about things, you can make jokes if you're humorous, you can mess up, you can have bloopers here, you can be very serious and do like a very strict tutorial here, whatever. This is the part where you kind of own your video, bring your voice to it. What I like to do is choose a few features to highlight, connect them with how they solve our problem, and then give the benefits of that. So really, really simple. So I'll pick, for example, inside my YouTube planner, I'll pick, here's where you put your thumbnail mockup inside the planner. And then I'll explain, why do you want a thumbnail mockup? What's the benefit of having your thumbnail done before you film the video, right? So I'll have that. So there's a space for it there. Or I'll talk about the SEO section. So I'm connecting the features with how they solve the problem. So you're streamlining your workflow in this case, in this example, and I'm making sure that they see the benefit of having it all done and streamlined and easy. So when they look at their script, everything's there. The title is there, the thumbnail is there, the script is there, the call to action is there, everything is there. The video is ready for you to hit record. Everything is ready.
And
So
by
it
the way,
just
if people got lost because Salma switched into talking about her own product there, just in case you're confused. So, okay, so wait, let me just get some
yeah.
clarification here. So, in this section where we demonstrate value, first of all, you said we can kind of do it however we want. I'm going to hypothesize it's because if they got to this point, there's a good chance they're going to stick. And once they get past 40 seconds, that's considered really good. You know what I mean? As far as that retention graph. And now, as long as you connect the features and how they solve the problems, right? Or what the benefits of those features are, they're going to likely continue to watch it. You said you had, we had worked on an example with one of your clients that was doing something with stocks. Do you mind sharing that example?
Yeah. So one of my clients, he had a stock, and then can I give the real estate example because
Yeah,
that
go
might
for
fit
it.
in a
Yeah,
little bit
go for
better
it.
here.
Go for it.
So he developed a property analysis dashboard,
Okay.
right? And he was showing how he was evaluating every potential investment, right?
Mm,
So he was like, first we calculate, we use the 1% rule, and we calculate that monthly rent should be 1% of the, and like what neighborhoods, and then how are we tracking growth trends in the neighborhood and cash flow projections. And so what he was doing was taking them through the process of property analysis, how he's analyzing different properties. As an investor, as a real estate investor, how he's analyzing the properties and doing it in real time. Okay, I'm looking at this property. Here's the things I'm thinking about. These are the things I'm filling out. These are the numbers I want to see. And then what he's doing is connecting the solution with the problem, filling in all the information gaps inside, and then talking about the solution and visualizing it without giving everything away.
I
Right.
see.
So if somebody wants to follow that process, they'll be like, oh yeah, this guy he has a process, he has a system, he's doing it in this certain way. And if I want that same system, I can get his product or his lead magnet or whatever the thing is that he's giving away or
But
selling.
he's giving some insights for those that maybe are interested in real estate investment. But what he's kind of hinting at is it's hard to get at these insights. His software makes it easier. Is that kind of what I'm hearing you say?
Yeah. And he's also showing his IP, right? So his intellectual property is the thing that's selling the thing. Oh yeah, I never thought about it like this. I didn't realize, oh, you have to follow this structure. So he is positioning himself as the go-to authority, the credible expert, the person who you can trust because he knows what he's doing because he has a system and a framework and a method.
How long should we spend on this part of the video?
As long
Um,
as you want. So
really? Okay.
this part of the video is where I don't put any timelines in place. This part of the video is you want to highlight the best features. You want to talk about things that are really going to show the value. That is why section C is called demonstrate value, right?
Okay.
Whatever it takes to demonstrate that value. So if there's a key component, which is really a game changer about your product or about your lead magnet or whatever it is you want to talk about your service even, that is the thing you want to focus on, and then maybe add in a few more, right? So this is the part where you're flexible. You choose how long you want to talk on what specific thing you want to talk about.
What's your general for yourself when you do this? How long do you go? 10 minutes, an hour?
I
I
get
mean, what
really
do you
excited. I probably go really long, but yeah, 8 minutes or
really?
so is a
Okay.
good initial marker.
Yep. Now, isn't it true that any video over 8 minutes is also going to have an ad inserted in the middle of it? And is that good or bad if we don't want an ad inserted right in the middle of it? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, my videos just generally all go over 10 minutes anyways, because I talk a lot.
Yeah.
And they're usually long form, and because they're educational, so you want to give
Yeah.
a lot of information. I just let them go. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even look at whether it's 7 minutes or 8 minutes or whatever. I never look at, how long the video is. I just look at, did I fulfill the promise of the title? That's
Love
my
it.
go to sentence. I promised something in the title, right? Did I fulfill the promise of the title? Because remember, one video, one problem. So did I fulfill that particular problem that I said I was going to talk about? Because in the hook, I made a promise. I made a promise and I said, here's what I'm going to show you. Did I fulfill that promise? If it takes 3 minutes to do that, great. If it takes 15 minutes to do that, still great.
When we're talking about our product, obviously, or service in the middle of this video, is it fair game to tell people links down in the description or whatever as throughout the video, or is it best not to do that, or to put those little call to action things that pop up over the top of the video so that people could stop and go discover the product?
Yeah. There's multiple ways to do this. I want to have at least 2 calls to action. So I already mentioned it in the first 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds, where we had the soft CTA in the beginning. And then I want to mention it again at the end. And if you want, you could put it somewhere in the middle as a graphic only, right?
Okay.
Maybe
Oh,
not say it, but just have it as a visual so you don't interrupt yourself.
I like that. So when Salma says graphic, what she means is like a little pop up, maybe that's on the bottom of the screen that's done in post, with like a
I'm
little.
gonna go into a little bit detail about that when we get to the end.
Okay, let's go to the next section.
Yeah.
What's next?
Okay, so the next section is part 4, which is your value added close. And this is one of my favorite sections that most people just either miss or do wrong. Now, a lot of people end their YouTube videos with in summary, so therefore in conclusion, and what's going to happen is your retention graph is going to go down and crash and burn, right? And you really don't want that to happen because you're doing so well all this time. You're building retention, you're keeping people engaged. Keep that up in the last 20 seconds or so, right? So in the last 20 seconds, your value added close, what you want to do is you want to send them to your call to action. And then you want to have a sudden death close. Okay, a sudden death close is no gradual lowering of interest, but people are like, okay, oh, wait, the video ended? They don't expect it to end, and it just ends, but you've given all the value, right? So the way that I like to do this, it's a 2-part sequence. And the value added close, you want to introduce the next logical problem and then position your product as the solution. Mm. Right? So, for example, I have an example here from a photographer client of mine. And he said something similar to this. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. 80% of new photographers quit within their first 6 months. So if you want to skip the frustration and fast track your photography skills, get my photography starter kit from the link down in the description. Okay. So you've added in a problem. Most people quit in the first 6 months. If you don't want to be one of the quitters, get the product.
And that's a problem that was not addressed in the video. It's a new problem, is what I'm hearing you say. Is that correct?
It's a new problem in terms of urgency, in terms of timing, in terms of you not, because what will happen is people are going to watch an educational video and they're like, oh yeah, we'll get to it someday. Yeah. We'll figure it out eventually.
But you're saying, hey, there's another problem. And by the way, I can help you solve it, right?
Exactly. So what you want to do with the value added close is you want to create a little bit of urgency, maybe a little bit of scarcity as well. And I have another example here. Actually, this is from a relationship coach. And he said something around the lines of, when you first start dating, everything's really great, but around the 90-day period is when you know whether the relationship is destined to be long-term or it's going to fizzle and die. Right? And so in order to have a long-term fulfilling relationship, get my, I think it was his toolkit or a guide or something, and get that right now. Okay. So now you've positioned your product as an urgency thing.
Love it. Now you said you were going to hint about, you said about the pop-up stuff on the screen. Was that what we just talked about, or was it totally something different? Because
I have I think 3 ninja moves that you need to incorporate. So that go beyond scripting.
Okay. All right. Okay. Got it. Okay. So Salma's about to do what she practices in real life. So give us those ninja moves. Go ahead.
Okay. So ninja move number 1, I should probably have like a little ninja graphic here for the karate. Ninja move number 1 is that you want to have a visual product mock-up. So even for digital products, you want to go into Canva or whatever tool, and you want to actually create a mock-up of your product. So how your product looks on the laptop, on a desktop, on a tablet, on a phone. And it's really easy to do that with the tools available these days, right? And if you want to go even a step further, print it out and hold it. So it actually looks like a physical product. The
Oh,
psychological triggers that are involved in this are amazing. People think it's real, it's tangible, and you've taken it out of the digital world and made it a real physical thing. So that's what you want to do. And then when you create that digital mockup, you want to put it every time you say, get the product from the link in the description, you want to put it up on screen. So in the hook portion, you want to put that product. So you're making that visual connection along with the words that you're saying.
so when you say
Get
up on the screen, you mean like it's going to appear like an image on the screen?
a graphic on
Yep.
the screen.
Got it.
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
So you can do like, a transparent background
Yep.
with that digital product, put it up on the screen. Every time you mention it, put it up on the screen at least twice. Right. So in
Okay.
the beginning and in the end. So that's ninja move number one. Ninja move number two, and this is very YouTube specific, is that you always want to put the link to the product or to the lead magnet or whatever it is that you're promoting in the first line of your description. So every
Oh, okay.
under your YouTube video, you have that all that space for writing your YouTube description. And most people, what they do is bury the link, make it hard for people to find it. You don't want to do that. The first line of your description section, get my product link. That's
Oh,
it.
I like that. Okay, perfect.
Right. And the reason you want to do that is because you want to make it easy to find, reduce friction, and also because in mobile view on the phone, only the first line shows in the preview.
I like
Right.
that.
So
I like
people
that.
who are on their phones, and remember, we talked about people who want to take action right away and go check it out. And even if they're not going to buy, they still might want to check it out. Right. So you want to make it easy for them. Shall I move to ninja move number 3?
Sure.
Okay. So ninja move number 3 is this entire strategy that we talked about right now. You can use it not just for your own products and services, but you can also use it to make affiliate sales.
Oh, okay.
So you can actually get started right now with your next video, even if you don't have a product or an offer right now. And in fact, one of my Yes members, she just recently told me that she became an affiliate and has earned $20,000 with just 3,000 subscribers and one product, one affiliate product. So it's really easy to get started with this script and start making money. And she's making passive income from it.
Salma Jafri, founder of the YouTube Entrepreneur Society, also known as Yes. Thank you for coming on and sharing your insights with us. If people want to connect with you on the socials, where do you want to send them? And then if they want to connect with you and maybe work with you, where would you send them?
Yeah. So first of all, I've put together the entire sales scripting template for your audience,
Sweet.
who I love. And so you want to go to salmajafri.com/SME. So that's stands for Social Media Examiner, of course. And that's where you can download the entire sales scripting template, the 4-part sequence that I talked about. You'll also get some prompts and AI prompts to help you kind of work through the wording of all of these things. And of course, if you want to work with me, then you want to go to salmajafri.com/yes. That is where you can join the YouTube Entrepreneur Society.
Salma, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today.
Thank you for having me, Mike. It's been a pleasure as always.